And even my one friend that worked at the prosecutor's office said no sitting judge would write a separate arrest warrant by saying he's taken away the right to privacy, the right to remain quiet, right to a legal representation, right to a fair court trial, bail bond, and a right not to be mistreated away. That's why the Portage County Sheriffs, when I confronted them in a tape conference room, Miss Hall, we have no idea what you're talking about. What these people are saying is illegal. Not one of our officers were in your home before the protected light case, nor had knowledge of anybody being in your home. It would be illegal. I said it's the Fourth Amendment. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life, and they have to speak to everyone before they start. Yes. I said, or you can't look or listen. Yes. Then I told them about the shower scene in the other room and how the Camp police have been looking into it, and how at the Oklahoma apartment, December 9, 21, 4 p.m. I told the investigators and the Camp police that I was struck and told to say stuff, and it was a shower scene in the other room, and a white man in the hall with dark eyes distributing food at the Stark County Hunger Task Force. December 9, 21 by 1 o'clock. Actually worked the case. Came out and told everybody. We always knew the dates before with them and not her, so we never said a word. He talked to investigators and the Camp police. January 1922, Department of Disability, 11 o'clock in the morning. Camp police are in there. On the second level, they tape an audio through the whole place. Told them I was talking to know to say it before, so can't spin all over this. February 2nd, 22, Burlington Coat Factory in Belton. By noon, some man by the men's clothing personally admitted he drove me and told me to say whatever. These people are so advanced, they hacked into the protective light case, and they sold it by Christmas 18. So, after that guy said in Burlington Coat Factory, people were in and said, well, oh my goodness, they admitted it, targeted her and tell her to say it before. My one client was on 6th Street, the brown house across the way with the African American man. Ran out, yelling the postman, like we all heard it. March 24, 22, 133 apartment buildings forming. There's an old man out there screaming at me. You framed her before? Yeah, we framed her before. Shame on you. I know, I wish we wouldn't have done it. Those people even raped her. Everybody heard. Okay. May 12, 22, where they were describing something that never happened, and they had told everybody March 2nd to the 3rd, 21, 8 to 10:30 at night, they were going to put two clips together, put me in a porn. It wasn't me, it was them. And then they start saying things that didn't happen. I'm like, you put my head on somebody else's body, two clips together, put me in a porn. And the way they were describing it is like, that's washing. So I only touch myself like that showering. I walk outside, my vehicle is bugged. And they're laughing at me. She figured out what they did. That's where May 12, 22, Bubba's Restaurant, 6 8 men screaming at him. We found a tape of those boys admitting a shower scene in the other room. May 26, 22, Bubba's Restaurant. KFC, sorry. A man came in, the shower scene in the other room was done on purpose to make you look weird with yourself. Now they can't use it because some idiot man told on them. It's like, thank you for confirming it. Okay. 8, 9, 21, first thing in the morning, apartment building forming, second close to the fence, read out tape. They talked to the police a few days later. 1295 Allen, middle apartment, little white woman. Screamed at him, talked to several people last year, May 25th, 21, 6 p.m. Wendy Screw in Louisville. We're talking about the church people breaking in before, targeting me and telling me to say weirdo stuff. I have two witnesses in my phone because my client said he couldn't handle it. It was too dark for him. My other client, poor kid, was out with me at Burlington Coat Factory. He's like, Karen, this is crazy. And I said, who's crazy? He said, these people, they meant to target you and tell you to say it before. And they meant to raping you in front of people. I'm like, stay out of it, I'll tell the police. Even my neighbor Amy heard him admit to framing me. The police heard. I told you, I worked at CSE Bank in 19 and 20. It's either Lamar, Amar, Michael, or the other Michael. One of them drive a dark gray vehicle with blacked out windows. They start following me with a white SUV lady. And I pulled my client into Huntington Bank. They're like, did you get a hold of Ed? Did you get a hold of the guy at the task force? They were wanting to know if any of those officers that told everybody that were my security were part of it. And they said, what we heard, she's never even had Miranda numbers. I've never been said last year, Chris, no man talked to her off in the dark. Now we use True Serum on her instead. True Serum is a lethal outlaw drug. Side effect you say yes to anything is spy like movie stuff. Then they were laughing in the neighborhood. Everybody heard them that they were using date rape drugs on me. Now I told you I was already getting drugged up, but in the first 2 weeks I didn't know what was wrong with me after they kicked in my door. And that's how I met the male nurse, because I almost passed out mowing the lawn. I couldn't even stand up. I'd wake up with bruises on me. I'd go out and work outside. I'd come back in, and I'd take a drink and get dizzy. Roofing somebody's not funny. You have 100% amnesia and you're sleepwalking. My neighbor Mike came up to me last year. He's like, hey, I got a problem. I'm like, what's that? He said, I don't know how I got home. I'm like, go sleep it off. He's like, you don't understand. I've been sitting there for hours. I don't know how I got out of the bar. I said, what do you remember? The second beer. He said, I got a worse problem. I got $80 in my pocket. I'm like, check your bank. He checked it. He took $100 out. He's like, what was in the box with mustard? And how did he change my shoes? I'm like, just go sleep it off. I'm thinking, my God, they roofied him too. He went back to that bar, tape and audio. 5 months later, someone had roofied him in the middle of the second beer. He started talking crazy, telling everybody he was an astronaut, telling them F off, and he drove around high all night. They're date rape drugs. That's how they get women out of the bars and restaurants, and they don't know they were raped. It's not funny. Even my neighbor Amy's heard him laugh about using ecstasy on me and telling me to say crazy stuff. They yell it out in the night around my apartment. They think they're funny. Retired Judge Pete, in and with Etiquette, in an extortion ring, and with drugs and kidnapping, and selling police information is not funny. Now the Portage County Sheriffs are denying any knowledge. I went up there. I told you I confronted him. Miss Hall, I can guarantee not one of our officers were ever in your home before a protective light case. That would be illegal. I told him about the shower scene, the drug confessions, and I never talked to anybody, and I had hand marks, I had bruises. I even woke up with a cut. I said I didn't know what was going on. Then they're lying, they had sodium pentothal reports. He said, Miss Hall, everything that is being said is illegal. And when those people, I said they said they had a court order. Lady sheriffs behind the door said none of this is funny. And someone needs to look into this. I even told them about the man pretending to be FBI up at Bamer's Church before I called the agent back, and the men on the other side of the duplex having a copy of my phone. And they're like, that's not funny. No, it's not. None of this is. That retired judge in it with a drug gang, mixing with a cult that was hiring stalkers and shooters. And they could pull a fast one down here of drugs, kidnapping, stalking tapes, and like they'd have a legal right. President Nixon couldn't even buck an office. He got impeached and almost went to jail. Remember Watergate? One of the men in my church yelled at these idiots, I don't care who the hell you think you are, you can't do this. No, you can't, and they can't look at the shit. Even the Portage County Sheriff's told we could never look or listen to it. I said it's the Fourth Amendment. Police and agencies can only be in a home under a threat of life. And you have to speak to everyone before they start. Or you can't look or listen. Yes. And what these people are saying they did is illegal. And I said, you can't look at it now. And I told them about the drugs and told us to say stuff. And I never talked to anybody. And I told them how they kicked in my door. Within the first 6 days, his eyes got great big. It was none of our officers were involved in. We would never want you in your home or anybody else outside a protective light case. I said, with the statements. He said, yes, recorded. He said it'd be illegal too. It would be. I don't own that police department. So, you know what they did? They followed me here to my clients are outside screaming and stuff. You know, they even bragged August 10th, 11th, 22 at Walmart. Started following me by the hair salon. We called Will and explained Michelle, and he set her up that no one ever helped her. It's funny, nobody will do the right thing and help her. And I got to thinking, set up, he was so mean. Oh my God, he was so mean. See, I had September stupid was I? I had to go buy something for dinner. He calls me, where are you at? And I said, I'm buying something for dinner. I got a phone call to make. I'm like, don't go. Well, I got my food, and they were giving flu shots. And I thought, I'm going to have to move out of here, and I can't afford to get sick. So I got a flu shot, and I got dizzy for a second. I sat down, and I hear her voice. I can't believe she's here. I'm like, oh my God. And it was the voice of, I got her, the guy that tried to kidnap me. I go to walk off by the ATM. He comes up behind me. I'd stab you right here and now if it wasn't for that security guard. I look up and I see him, and I make a beeline right for the bank. A crazy older blonde lady from Pizza Hut comes up. I get paid to watch her. Banker screaming at her, stay out of it. She's like, no, I get paid to watch her. She lays her head down on the desk, and she's like, he said, lady, I mean it won't be worth it in the end. You better stay out of it. She can go to jail for stalking for that. The guy that tried to kidnap me, tried to carjack me, walks off around me, and she walks off. Now either Dave called someone to call him, or that Pizza Hut lady called him. Okay, so I tried to tell that agent that. He's like, you liar, you confess you're lying, or I'll put you in jail. I said, but the banker was yelling at her. That guy walked around me. It's by the bank. And he's like, you say you're lying or I'll arrest you. It's like, fine, whatever. I was already scared for my life and they were drugging me up. And it's like, whatever. He's like, do you know if he has a girlfriend? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, some guy's rambling by. I said, stop, she doesn't know. He knew everything. He said, I'll list you informant, gives me all these big promises. But if you tell someone, I'll list you crazy and no one can ever help you again. That is so illegal and bullshit. It's ridiculous. I turned it over for on a recorded line. What he did was badgering a witness, obstruction to justice, and setting someone up so they wouldn't have help. And they're laughing at people. They're actually going along with shit. I talked to my friend that worked at the prosecutor's office. He's like, you can't do that. Everything that agent said to you was illegal. And I was talking to him today about it too. He said, none of that's legal. And he said, he told me this before too. He said, there's no excuse. Nobody's helped you. No. See, to cover his ass, he started a protective light case, had an officer's talk to Dave. September 27th, 18, Karen around the house. Or Karen's, well, I was found innocent of everything. The main heavyset cop that showed up and made a statement the next day at Walmart, he asked Dave about those people threatening me. He was the one at Liberty House here and at CSE Bank, June of 19, or the North Can Jackson Police. The worst thing you ever did wrong, honey, is bend over and probably we can wipe that one out. Okay? They only made fun of the back of my knees. I had Dave verified it somewhere. They made up a lie. They seen my tushy. I was wearing this one nightgown. And it was supposed to have been like 3 or 4 years before that. And I went home and I'm like, Dave, I always wear the grandma nightgown underwear and house coat when the grandkids are over. He's like, I know. I said, our leggings, a sweater, and a house coat when the grandkids are over. I know. I said, besides grandma nightgown and some laces that I got from you, I just replaced everything last year. I know you did, Karen. I even got him where they're making up crazy stuff like that. That I never hurt anybody, and I was good to everyone. He even said that. And he said in the police investigation, all my dates come from the protective light case. He defended me because I expected him to. I was getting sick on his drinks, and I thought he was poisoning me, and here he was roofing me. There was a lot of times I went out, worked in the yard. I came in, washed my hands, made something to eat and drink. Went in and used the bathroom, washed my hands really good. Sat down and took a drink, and all of a sudden I got dizzy. And I thought, oh God, I'm working so hard. I'm pushing myself too hard. And I get dizzy and hours would pass. They had their date rape confessions. Other times I just wake up with bruises where they stab me with amnesia drugs. And they dare say a word to me. I've never had Miranda rights. They had no right in my home, like Officer Reinhardt said. It comes down to no matter what. Until Will took your statement and agreed to protect you, there's nothing else. And the FBI couldn't even be in your home till then. It'd be illegal to look and listen. He said it's a special protective light cases. It is. And that's why that officer had to talch to Dave. Police and agencies can only be initiating and speaking to everyone in that home is abuse and misconduct, and it goes into the right of privacy, a legal search and seizure. I was talking to my friend from the prosecutor's office. You know what he said? He said any officer saying they were in there, at least 5 years. It's a legal search and seizure. And no sitting judge would write them a court order saying they're breaking constitutional laws, and by himself, jail time. And when I talked to Officer Reinhardt in Louisville, he said, you know what, with there being a county judge's family involved, that whole county couldn't say a word to you in your life. They'd go to jail for it. And conflict of interest charges is 1 to 10. For every civil right broke, it's 1 to 10. And then you got a legal search and seizure. They're buying life in prison without the drugs. It's attempted murder charges. And the Canton police already know that it's photoshopped and drugged. And they still follow me yesterday and trying to go. Some women were following me around, some attorneys trying to pull a fast one down here. Good luck, because this will never work. I was in, about 2 days ago, 2 to 3 days ago, I was in Macy's. Some woman walked by. They told everybody she had all these weird charges, had this weird charge, and told us to follow around her housing. And we found out there's nothing against her. There isn't. I have never even been questioned. They lie to these idiot people, and they fall for their shit. And some guy out in the mall, the worst thing she ever did wrong was bend over, and probably I can take care of that. They only made fun of the back of my knees. I was video chatting with Dave. And I was fixing the DVD player. Ooh, Grandma, what's on the back of your legs? Varicose veins. Here, I'll pat while I get changed. They only made fun of the varicose veins behind my knees. There was nothing to wipe out. That's why that cop was laughing. Maslin police watched Dixie on Federal Avenue, where my ex put a threat on her life and they tampered with her vehicles. They'll tell you where my ex-daughter-in-law got in with the new girlfriend, Michelle, and wanted the house for Auntie Shell and Bubble. Had the kids make up a whole bunch of sick, mean games and pretend. And like Officer John said, because for John's here to take care of Karen. Okay? I look over a young guy with black hair and glasses, scream out. It's ridiculous for any child to be afraid of Karen. She's nothing but good love. Okay? January 12, 22. Walgreens North Main, while those kids get caught stating they made everything up. Documented me games and pretend. 2 investigators, June 23rd to July 4th of 21, by the Pain Aisle in Walmart. What are these people talking about? We interviewed her whole family. She's never hurt anybody. Okay? Now, let's see. Who else? They have also yelled out at Walmart. Karen's one of the best women you'd ever meet in life. Don't you ever disrespect her? Another place. They yelled out, Karen she almost died to save those people. Don't you ever insult her? I was in Aspen Dental. One of the guys came in with his kids. They won't kill an innocent woman. What else did they say? FedEx, October 2020. In Belden, for we all know this woman's innocent. All the police know. And they know about the shower scene and drug confession. Canton and Maslin are looking for that Stephen Eric for stalking. And forever else is involved in this. They're just doing their little hate crime dance. If no police department is stupid enough to look at any surveillance that was done in a home, outside a protective light case, because they just lost their badge and there's a major lawsuit, a sitting judge would throw everyone in jail. I saw an innocent of everything in 18. Like the one security guard that was at December 9/21 Stark County Hunger Task Force, white man bald with dark eyes distributing food, actually worked the case. We always knew the tapes before were them and not her, so we never said a word. December 9/21, 1 p.m. See, that's where it's either Michael or Michael, that worked at CSC Bank. Did you get a hold of that? Did she get a hold of the guy at the Aspers? One of those, talking about the officers. Well, I heard she's never even had Miranda rights. It's like, I can beat that. They broke in and stabbed me with needles and lied they had sodium pentothal reports. They bailed out. They've been over this for admitting to framing me. Okay? March 24th, 22, 1:30. Even Amy heard it. All the apartment buildings heard it. Even in front of my one client, October 5th, 21, Huntington Bank by Fishers. I don't want Melissa getting no money out of this. That's okay. They knew they made everything up. They didn't want anybody to help her. My client's like, who's that crazy Melissa they're all talking about? I said, oh, my ex-daughter-in-law and with the ex's girlfriend, and we had the kids make up a bunch of mean games to pretend, but the police got them. He's like, she's crazy. All these people are crazy. They run around terrorizing me with their photoshopping and their drug confessions, and I've never talked to them. So they want to go to jail, right, for stalking, because that's what the police are looking for them for. June 7th is my birthday. My one client on Turquoise Street, split level. Lady Canton officer told them we already know the tapes before were them and not her. We're looking for who did it. Like, don't insult me for your